Let's talk wide receivers.
Yeah.
Okay. Cortland Sutton, this is my guy.
He's good.
He's good. I think he'll come back. He'll have a really good season.
Yeah, he only played one game last year, got hurt in that game towards ACL. He should be perfectly fine. Got a ton of time to rehab for that.
Yeah. And I mean, when you really look at his 2019, stats,
it was good.
He was great. And that's why coming into 2020, I was like,
he wasn't great. He was good.
He was in this offense, he was great. But anyways, so to me, coming into 2020, I had a lot of hype on him. I was pretty pumped to see what he was going to do. So we'll just kind of see what he'll bring in 2021. I don't have a lot to say until we kind of see what happens this season. So you want to talk about Jerry Judy?
Yeah, I really do. I love Jerry Judy. He was my favorite receiver coming in the draft class last year.
Do you have him in Dynasty now?
Yeah, I do. I do have him in Dynasty now.
Sure.
I bought him low, decently low, lower than I would have had to pay last year. So it all kind of just worked out perfectly.
Sure.
But Jerry Judy, he's the guy I'm taking my shot on. We talked about the ADPs earlier. I believe you said Cortland Sutton was what, 5th round?
Yeah, he's 5'11".
And Jerry Judy's 7th. Where at?
No, he's 808.
808. I'm taking that discount in redraft, taking Judy, and in dynasty leagues, I'm taking Judy ahead of Sutton everywhere. And there are some statistics that are kind of telling about last year.
Mm-hmm.
So yards per reception last year, Jerry Judy was 7th overall in the league, 16.5 yards per reception. But you look at his yards per target, this difference is outrageous. He was 86th overall for 7.6 yards per target. He had 113 targets last year, saw 52 receptions. That's a 46% completion percentage. You want to total up where that completion percentage ranks? This is just of anyone who catches passes. 200th.
Oh, wow.
200th overall in completion catch percentage.
That's ridiculous.
That's going up, guys. That's going way up. Teddy Bridgewater is the quarterback.
Yep.
Which what I'm presuming.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jerry Judy is, he had some bad drops last year. You can't excuse that, but a lot of it was the quarterback play.
Yeah.
Uncatchable targets. He led the league.
Yeah. I mean, it was really gross. I mean, I don't know how many times, just Drew Lock would sail one over his head or, throw it behind. I mean, it was disgusting. So I do agree with you. I think that rate will go up with Teddy. I am still taking my shot though with Cortland Sutton for right now. I think between the two, Jerry Judy may have the better talent, but to me, it's kind of hard. I'm always a fan of a big-bodied receiver.
I think they'll be very close. I mean, Jerry Judy's he's not like a small guy.
Yeah, but he's not 6'4", 215.
But he's 6'1", 192. That's not undersized by any means. I think they're going to be really close this year in redraft, and that's why I'm perfectly fine taking the cheaper price with Jerry Judy in redraft leagues.
Yeah.
But as far as the future goes, I'm much higher on Jerry Judy, and this is a contract year for Cortland Sutton. And I could definitely see a scenario where at the end of the season, Broncos aren't willing to pay what Cortland Sutton wants to be paid.
Yeah, that's true.
And if he's gone, then
That could open the door, yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll get to the other receiver on this team.
Yep.
Who's going to be their third, Tim Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
I do think they're going to have a little bit of a... Where do these guys line up? Because none of them are really like traditional, like just mainly slot wide receivers. Yeah. They're all kind of mostly on the outside. Deshaun Hamilton, who they lost, was kind of that guy for them.
Mm-hmm.
He got hurt and then they cut him. But last year, Tim Patrick, he produced more than Jerry Judy in this offense. But that was due to injuries. He was brought in there, no Cortland Sutton, so he was able to see the targets. And he actually graded pretty well in PFF as far as just their wide receiver grades go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's definitely going to be the third. But Judy's my guy.
Yeah, I was really surprised with Tim Patrick. He wasn't
he was very playable at times last year.
Yeah, he wasn't a guy that you were really looking at as far as
it's not a guy you would expect. To be playing all the time. Yeah.
But when I look at him, like I just stated, I like a big-bodied wide receiver. He's a big-bodied dude. He's 6'4", 212.
No, I didn't know he was 6'4".
Yeah,
he's
a big guy. 6'4", 212 out of Utah. he definitely, there was games where I'm like, dude, he looks good.
Yeah.
And you would sit there and just see highlight reels, and I'm just like, all right, this guy could be interesting. I'm with you though. None of these guys are slot receivers.
Yeah.
And so
they have KJ Hamler who could slide in that role, but KJ Hamler is also, I'm not the biggest KJ Hamler guy. I know you were decently liked him last year when we were talking about our rookies.
Yeah, I felt like he was the poor man Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
So
he's just
he's a speed guy.
Yeah, get him open in space, but I don't know if
I think he needs to really step it up this year though, because they got rid of Deshaun Hamilton. I think
he could very well slide into that slot role, kick Tim Patrick out of just the normal rotation. But if you are looking future wise, if Sutton is gone after the end of this year, it could end up being like a Judy, Patrick, KJ Hamler.
Because to me, Hamler fits the 3 spot and that slot role than Tim Patrick or Judy does.
Judy can move into the slot, but I don't think that's where he performs the best.
Yeah, and I don't think he will. And you can't move a 6'4" guy in there. I don't think Sutton's going to play in there either. No. Sutton's going to be outside. He always plays outside.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to me who's going to vie for that. And I don't think Denver is really known for doing a lot of 4 wide receivers. So
KJ Hamler, another guy who just did not catch a lot of his targets. Saw 56 targets last year in 13 games, only caught 30 of them.
Yeah. Again, you can attest a lot of that to quarterback play.
Exactly, yeah.
So, all right. Running backs?
Yes. Running backs.
Yep.
Sneaky, somehow, Melvin Gordon ended up as the, I believe, 13th or 14th running back. Which one did I put down?
13th.
13th running back in the league last year.
Yeah, I don't know how that
games.
happened.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the most surprising things last year, because you look at his game logs.
They were gross.
It's a lot of blah. It reminds me a lot of Kenyon Drake, to be honest. Just kind of touchdowns or bust. But he did have, honestly, a lot of multi-touchdown games, so they kind of threw things off. I don't think he had 100-yard game last year. 2 200-yard games last year. And it was just a lot of mediocre. I mean, we were bringing up a lot last year. I remember our listener league power rankings, just they had Melvin Gordon. I was just like, man, you got to start him, but God, that sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is a contract year for Gordon.
I don't think he'll get re-signed though.
No. And we get to talk about Javonte Williams now.
Yeah.
We both were just
I love this dude.
He's incredible. And I really didn't like the landing spot when it first happened. Broncos drafted Javonte Williams, the 3rd pick of the 2nd round. But the more I think about it, the more I'm just not really scared of Melvin Gordon. Year 1 might be rough, but after that, I mean, Javonte Williams could turn into a monster.
So I'm thinking that somehow,
I mean, it could happen at this season at some point.
Somehow I think it's going to happen this season. Javonte Williams is incredible. I absolutely love this running back. He reminds me a lot of Nick Chubb. I've said this before. Draft capital wise, vastly different. One was a 2nd, one was a 3rd.
That's not vastly different.
I mean, still, around difference. But Javonte Williams is he's a guy that he can just run and bowl people over. He can catch out of the backfield. It's sneaky because I know a lot of that went to Michael Carter down in UNC.
Yeah.
But I don't see a way that they draft this dude.
They are both going to be used
playing
from week 1. They're both going to be in this rotation from week 1.
Think of what they did with Lindsey.
Honestly, pull up what's Melvin Gordon's ADP right now in redraft leagues, because that is.
Take a wild guess. I already have it up.
5th round?
Yeah. 5th, 505.
I'm killing it today.
You are killing it with these guesses today. Yeah, 5th round. He's going currently 505, which I'm not
pass.
doing.
Yep.
I'm not doing.
Pass. That's where I'll be taking my 3rd wide receiver, hopefully.
I would not be taking Melvin Gordon there.
Where's Javonte? You got an ADP for him?
I don't think I got an ADP up for him yet. Let me see if I can find it.
I'd guess 11th round, 10th round.
I would almost rather take that shot though, to be honest.
I'm probably hands off in redraft leagues for both of these guys.
804.
Yeah.
That's actually a little steep
yeah.
for a rookie. that's, again, to me right now, they're going to split. It's going to be almost 50-50. That's what they did with
that's how I probably see this entire year going.
Yeah, that's what Lindsey and Melvin Gordon did.
And I think they'll have games where Javonte is just super efficient, gets like 2 touchdowns in the game, 75, 80 yards.
Then you start him the next week.
Yeah.
Because you were like, oh, man.
Yep.
And then he does nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be pretty. And they still have Royce Freeman, but it's gone. It's over.
Yeah. I was never a fan of him coming out, though,
I liked him. I thought he had a great opportunity coming in there, and then
he did have a great opportunity.
Destroyed that opportunity.
The Melvin Gordon signing ruined a lot of that.
Yeah.
I still don't get that, but whatever. Thank you so much for watching the Fantasy Monsters on YouTube. If you liked our video today, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the little bell icon. Get notified whenever we go live or post other videos. You can see the link below. You can click on previous videos. You can also leave comments below. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. And we'll catch you next week.
Have a good one.